Hello, my fashionistas, you're most welcome, and let us start right away. So I've folded a piece of fabric here, and this is going to be my front. So on top here I have the waistline, the very first line, and I've left 0.5 inches as joining allowance, and I'll be placing my tape measure just like this, putting in mind the 1.5 inches waistband that I'll be adding. So that is the line there, waistline. And then I divided the hip measurement by 4, and I added 1 inch to get that crotch line there. And from the crotch line to the line, which is the ankle line down there, I just get whatever measurement I have there, and I divide it by 2 minus another 2 inches to mark the knee line where the K is. So again, from there I get the 42 inches hip measurement, divide it by 4, then plus sewing allowance and some ease allowance, and then I mark the points at the crotch line and the waistline, then connect this new line, and this is the center front. So from that center front we are going to add the crotch allowance. So I divide the hip measurement again by 4, and whatever I get, I again divide it by 4, and for this I got about 2.6 inches, and I mark it there from this center front, and then shape out the crotch like that. So I come up here at the waistline and the waist measurement, dividing it by 4, I mark it here, and then I connect from the waist to the sides, putting in mind that the hip measurement is also inclusive. So whatever I have here now as my crotch measurement, I get its midpoint, and I mark that midpoint onto the crotch line, knee line, and to the ankle line. Then after that I just connect those 3 points and come up with a new line that is going to help me mark the rest of the measurements. So that is it there. So from there I divide the knee measurement by 2 and the ankle measurement by 2, and whatever I get, I mark it onto the sides of this new line that we've marked. So that is 5 inches on this side of the line and 5 inches on the other side of the line. So I do so even unto the ankle measurement. So ankle and knee we divide by 2, then the hip measurement and the waistline we divide them by 4. So this is it, and after there I connect all the points to form the trouser shape, just as quick and easy as that. So now this is the shape. I make the necessary corrections, especially where it curves, and that is it. So I come up here at the waistline and I slant the center front by 1 inch. I go down by 1 inch, and then from the sides I connect directly to shape out the waistline, because it's not straight, it is a little bit curved. So after that I fold in my hemming allowance and then start cutting the shape of the trouser, and I'm going to use this to cut out the back. So from here we are going to have 2 pieces of the front part of the trouser. So for the back I've already folded another piece of fabric into 2, and I've placed my front onto this new fabric. So on top here I left some allowance and even along the crotch. So at the center front here I add 2 inches for the back. The back is always longer than the front, and at the side I add 1 inch along the waistline for that, and then connect the points to the side and even on top here at the waistline. So when it comes to the crotch, I increase my crotch by 2 inches, and from that 2 inches I go down by half an inch, and from that half an inch I mark a new crotch for the back like that, and it has to cross near here, the front center there, the center front, and from there I connect it into the knee. But you can even add like about 1 inch at the ankle if you want, but in this case I didn't do that. And that's all that I do for the back, and from there I cut it out also. So that is what we get for the back, and we also get 2 pieces for the back, just as you see. So 2 pieces for the back and then 2 pieces for the front. So the back is larger than the front, as you see there. So moving on, when it comes to sewing, I will fold each piece of the back like that, get its midpoint, and that's where my dart will be. The dart will be 5 inches long and 1/2 inch in width. So I'll close up this center back, and then for the front I will leave the zipper allowance and then close up that crotch, and then open up the sides and align it with the back and close up the sides to have something like this. So the darts are taken in and the sides are also taken in, but the inside leg is not taken in. We are going to use that to sew our patch pockets. So for the patch pockets, I mark about 15 inches from the waistline, and that is where the patch pocket will start from. So for the patch pocket, I have a piece of fabric that is 8 inches by 10 inches in length, and to sew I will fold 1/2 inch and then 2 inches, and then I'll run a stitch there, and then for the rest of the other sides I'll be folding them inside by 1/2 inch and even down like this. So this is how I'm going to put it onto the main piece or the main trouser. So the pocket will start from the 15 inches mark that I've marked, folding it like this. I'll put it like this, making sure it is the middle of the point aligns with that side seam, and then this is the pocket cover, as you'll be seeing. So here at the sewing machine, I've already attached my pocket. As you see, I just have to, so you see it is already sewn in, and now I have to work on the pocket cover, the one that is up. So it is here, it is folded into 2, it is 3.5 inches on fold, and I've cut some designs on top there along the fold. I'll sew 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch here to have this. So these are 2 for the both pockets, and I'm just going to place it onto the main trouser. So here it is, I folded in 1/2 inch and I sewed it down on top of the main pocket, and then I'm going to flip it like this and then run a top stitch so that it lies flat like that. So I'll just be adding some buttons there to have this after sewing everything. So that is all about the patch pocket. Not so difficult, it is easy. So now I have to work on the zipper fly. So for the zipper fly, I have these 2 pieces of fabric. One is 3.5 inches in width and the other is 2.5 inch in width. 2.5 inches. So this one that is 2.5 inches in width, I'm folding it. I get my zipper, as you see, then fold in this fabric, and I fold in this fabric like this, get the zipper, the right side of the zipper, place it on top of this one side of the fly, and fold in this allowance that we have here, the center front of 1/2 inch, and then place the other pieces together under this allowance. So it's like I'm sandwiching the zipper between the trouser and the one part of the fly, and then I'll run a stitch going downwards. So let me just pin this down and show you very well. So I'll push it inside like this, and run a stitch. So for the other piece that is 3.5 inches long, I mean in width, 3.5 inches wide, the length is according to the zipper. I'll sew by 1/2 inch, right sides facing each other after folding it, and then push it inside like that. So let me do that onto the sewing machine. So this is what I have after sewing. I told you the other one, the zipper is sandwiched between the fly, one part of the fly, and the trouser to have this. So now one part of the zipper is attached. So for the other piece that is 3.5 inches in wide, I've also attached it onto the main trouser, and I've top stitched onto it so that it goes inside like this after joining it. So this is how I'm going to join the other part of the zipper. So this is the part of the zipper. I'm going to turn its wrong side onto this other part of the zipper fly like this. I think you're seeing it's wrong side onto the right side of the other part of the zipper that we sewed on the other side. Pin it down slightly in the middle and then run a straight stitch and then push it inside like that. So this is how it will be. I'll then take it to the sewing machine and run a straight stitch that is curved at the end there. So let me just show you this other sewing machine. So this is it, guys, for the zipper fly. This other side is sewn in, and now I'm just going to make sure it is inside, and then I'll just run a stitch so that the zipper fly onto this side of the trouser is stitched down together with the trouser like this. So when I reach here, before I do the curving part, I first remove it and then close up the zipper, making sure that both sides of the zipper fly are aligning together, and then make the curve so that along that curve both the zipper flies are attached together plus the zipper, just like that. So they are all closed up together and aligned together like that, and that is all. So I cut off the excess thread, and now the fly is done just like this. Let me open up so that you see. So this is it, simple and easy like that. I'll just iron it down. So now I'm pinning the inside leg, and then also work on this waistband. So I've closed up the edges of this waistband, as you see, and I've ironed down 1/2 inch onto both sides of the waistband, and I'm just going to sandwich the trouser in between the sides of this waistband like this, and sew it down by 1/2 inch, as you see, starting from where the zipper is or from where the fly is. So I'll just top stitch all along there, and that will be all. And then for the hemming, I've run a stitch after double folding, and I've left some opening there where I'll be passing the elastic, and that will be all, so that we will come up with the finished trouser like this. So guys, the zipper is done, as you see. I'll just be attaching a button there, and the waistband is done. Those are our darts I'll be attaching a button there, so the patch pockets are in line just like that. And then this is the hemming that I've done, and that is it, guys. Not difficult at all, you can do it. And thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. I'll be seeing you in my next video.